What is this bird doing? Did you see that? What was that? I recently video recorded all 3 of the world's Phoebes on the same day. This happened in southern Arizona on October 23rd, when a somewhat rare eastern Phoebe showed up near my home. In this video, I will show those videos and other photos from the past as I discuss interesting Phoebe facts and life history. Phoebes are in the Tyrant-Flycatcher family. This group of birds has over 400 species in the New World, mostly in the tropics. Of all these flycatchers, there are only 3 species of Phoebes. Most flycatchers are olive green or gray, often with pale yellow bellies. Most have big puffy heads and short, flat, and wide bills. Many look similar. These are best told apart by their simple songs. Flycatchers are small to medium perching birds. They sit upright, quietly on an exposed perch or twig, surveying the sky for flying insects. When they spy a single insect, they give rapid chase, catching it on the wing with snapping bill. Then they return to a perch, often the same perch, and sit and wait again. This behavior is called flycatching. Phoebes are about 7 inches long. They are larger than house finches, smaller than American robins. They have large heads. Their tails are fairly long and blackish. They have short black bills. Unlike some flycatchers, Phoebes lack white eye rings. They have pale wing edges, but not obvious wing bars, except for the South American black Phoebe. Juveniles show faint rusty wing bars. Phoebes pump their tail up and down when perched. Phoebes were named for their common call. These flycatchers were given the woman's name Phoebe because their common calls and songs sound like that word. Black Phoebes have sooty black bodies and bright white bellies. Eastern Phoebes are gray-brown above with darker heads. The throat is white. The rest of the underparts are pale buff white. Say's Phoebes are brownish-gray above. They have a gray throat. Their bellies are cinnamon. Seeing 3 species of Phoebes in a single day is perhaps only usual in western Texas, where all 3 Phoebes overlap fall through spring. Black Phoebes are sedentary for the most part, living year-round in one area. They do leave dry deserts in summer and move south in winter from interior northern parts of their range. Nevertheless, they have expanded their range northward about 400 miles in the past 40 years, now being seen rarely, but more often, to Vancouver, Canada. Eastern and Say's Phoebes are among the first migrants of spring, moving north in February and March, months earlier than many other flycatchers. They also remain in northern areas until late in fall, to November or later. Eastern Phoebes breed across Canada and the eastern United States. They winter in the southeast and into eastern and central Mexico. Black Phoebes are year-round residents or short-distance migrants. They live on the west coast from southwest Washington state southward, west of the Cascades and Sierras, to southern California. From there, they are found east to western Texas and southward through Mexico. A population of black Phoebes also lives along mountain streams in northern and western South America. These black Phoebes in South America have white wing edges and are almost completely sooty black throughout. These white-winged Phoebes are perhaps a distinct 4th species. Say's Phoebes have 2 separated summer breeding ranges. Say's Phoebes, nesting in Alaska and Yukon, are the farthest north of any breeding flycatchers. Other Say's Phoebes breed in the Great Plains and deserts of the interior west, from southern Canada south to west Texas to central Mexico. In winter, Say's Phoebes migrate south and are found from central California and northwest Mexico to the Gulf of Texas and through middle and eastern Mexico, away from the jungles of Yucatan. Phoebes tend to like open country, but each species shows preference for a bit different habitats. Black Phoebes like open lands adjacent to water. They like riverbanks, sea cliffs, lake shores, ponds, ditches, wet pastures, and even hang out near residential swimming pools. They are often found near human dwellings, cattle lots, parks, and areas of extensive lawns. Eastern Phoebes live in open woodlands and edges. They are often found near water, including lake shores and ponds. They are often found near human habitation. Say's Phoebes are found in open, dry, sparsely vegetated country. They like prairies, ranches, sagebrush, desert, tundra, agricultural lands, parks, golf courses, and outbuildings. They may be found at the edges of deserts to over 9,000 feet elevation. They avoid heavy woods and water courses. Wagging, pumping, and bobbing the tail are all words used to describe the same action. Phoebes deliberately and habitually jerk or move their tails in an up and down motion. This behavior is common in many open country birds such as pipits, larks, wagtails, and others. Some studies strongly suggest that this is an indication to predators that these tail bobbers are paying attention to the predator and not worth attacking. For instance, tail pumping in black phoebes increases about 3 times when recorded predator calls are played. Tail bobbing in black phoebes is not correlated with social or eating activities. Phoebes quickly lower their tails and let them slowly rise back to the starting position. This tail action is also shown by gray flycatchers, but other flycatchers, such as dusky flycatchers, may instead flick their tail quickly upward and let it fall more slowly. Black phoebes pump their tails nervously and frequently fan their tails open. Eastern phoebes constantly tail wag. Watch this bird. It pumps its tail down, sometimes fanning its tail, then raises its tail, sometimes to the side, back to the resting position. Say's phoebes often pump their tail down after landing on a new perch, sometimes fanning it. In general, though, they pump their tails less often than black and eastern phoebes. Phoebes eat primarily flying insects that they catch in the air. Major foods include wasps, bees, flies, beetles, and dragonflies. Because phoebes often choose low perches, they can be seen chasing insects low along the ground. They also will land on the ground to eat ants, spiders, moths, and butterflies. Rarely they eat small berries, seeds, or even minnows. Watch this Say's phoebe. What is this bird doing? Did you see that? What was that? Phoebes regurgitate indigestible parts of large insects in small, round pellets. The song of black phoebe is a sweet whistle, alternating between an ascending Phoebe and a descending Phoebeer. It is higher pitched than the song of eastern phoebe. The call of black phoebe is a sweet, sharp chip. They are very vocal all year. Eastern phoebes sing a raspy 2-part song. They start with a whistled ascending Phoebe and then a descending Phoeber. They have a drawn-out chip note. Say's phoebes are fairly vocal outside the breeding season. Their common call is a low, plaintive, whistled peer. They run this into a long, drawn-out song in spring. Males show their mate several nest sites. The female chooses the best one. Then she does most of the work building the nest and incubating the eggs. She even chases off the male during this time. Phoebes build cup nests on the vertical faces of natural or artificial surfaces, such as cliffs, tree hollows, under eaves, on rafters, under bridges, and in culverts. They usually choose to build their nest within inches of a protective overhang. The nests are usually built low, 3 to 10 feet above the ground, rarely to 15 feet high in the case of eastern phoebes. The nest of black phoebes is a base of mud plastered to a wall. The cup is lined with grass and feathers. They usually build nests near or over water. Eastern phoebes build their nests with a more even mixture of mud and grass. They tend to build their nests with water nearby and also a woody understory near. Say's phoebes often nest on buildings, bridges, barns, and even mailboxes and farm machinery if there are no other suitable cliff sites. Their nest is made with plant material, grasses, wood, hair, and spider webs. Phoebes generally lay 3 to 7 eggs, with 4 to 5 typical. They also may raise 2 broods in a season, or even 3 in the sedentary black phoebe. Phoebes defend their breeding territory aggressively against other phoebes and predators such as squirrels, jays, hawks, mice, and snakes. Black phoebes are very aggressive against other nearby nesting flycatchers, swallows, finches, and blackbirds. However, eastern phoebes are not as aggressive against other nearby nesting birds. Phoebes tolerate humans well. They can allow close approach even when on the nest. Phoebes are solitary except during the breeding season, and even then, mated pairs don't spend much time together. Phoebes can live to be 8 to 10 years old. As phoebes are tolerant of human activity and environmental changes, phoebe populations have been steady or increasing slightly over the past 40 or 50 years, according to breeding bird survey data. There are about 5 million black phoebes, 35 million eastern phoebes, and 4 million Say's phoebes. Click on this video to learn surprising facts about the greater roadrunner.